possible stolen valor.
Sir, I need to see some ID.
I'm just shopping. Is there a problem?
We've had complaints. People don't believe you're really military.
I just came from a Medal of Honor ceremony.
What happened in the next 47 minutes would trigger a federal investigation, end 3 careers, and result in a $2.3 million settlement. November 18th, 2023. Riverside Mall, California. 2:15 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Staff Sergeant Marcus, 32 years old, walks through the mall in his Marine dress blues. He's just come from a Medal of Honor ceremony honoring a fallen brother. The ceremony ran late. He needs to pick up a gift for his daughter's birthday. The military surplus store has what he needs, but someone is watching him. Someone who sees his uniform and decides something is wrong. Marcus isn't just any Marine. 2 tours in Afghanistan. Bronze Star for Valor. Purple Heart from an IED blast that killed 2 of his teammates. 12 years of service. He earned every ribbon on that uniform. But on this Saturday afternoon, none of that will matter to mall security guard Chun, who's been working security for 6 years and has never trusted people who show off their military status. Before we dive deeper into this absolutely shocking story, I need you to do something. Drop a comment right now and tell me where you're watching from. Your country, your state, wherever you are. And if you believe in holding authority figures accountable when they abuse their power, hit that subscribe music button. What happened next was caught on 17 different security cameras. Marcus enters the military surplus store at 2:17 p.m. Security guard Chun watches from 30 feet away. Chun radios his supervisor. We've got a possible stolen valor situation. Black male, military dress uniform, medals. Looks suspicious. Supervisor Rachel Morrison responds. Approach and verify. Get ID. If he refuses, detain. Here's the problem. There's no policy requiring this. No actual suspicious behavior. Just Chen's assumption that a black man in a dress uniform doesn't look right. Chen approaches. Marcus is examining compass models. Excuse me, sir. Can I see some identification? Marcus turns, surprised. Is there a problem, officer? Security, not officer. We receive complaints about your uniform. I need to verify you're actually military. This is where Marcus makes his first mistake. He complies. Marcus pulls out his military ID. Common access card. Hologram embedded. Department of Defense seal. His photo, rank, service number. Chin examines it for maybe 5 seconds. Hands it back. This could be fake. Anyone can print these online. Marcus stares at him. That's a CAC card. It has an RFID chip. You can verify it through base security if you doubt it. I'm going to need you to come with me to the security office. Just routine verification. I'm not going anywhere. I showed you my ID. I haven't done anything wrong. Chen's hand moves to his radio. I have an uncooperative subject refusing lawful orders. Lawful orders? Marcus's voice stays calm but firm. You're mall security. You have zero authority to detain me. That's when Chen makes the call that changes everything. Within 3 minutes, 4 more security guards arrive. They surround Marcus in the store. Other shoppers start noticing. Phones come out. Recording. Head of security, James, arrives. 20-year veteran of mall security. Former cop. He looks at Marcus, at the uniform, at the medals. Something doesn't sit right with Patterson. Chung, what's the situation? Possible stolen valor. Subject refuses to cooperate with verification. Patterson looks closer at Marcus's ribbons. The order is perfect. Purple Heart. Bronze Star with V device. Combat Action ribbon. The arrangements follow exact military regulations. Patterson knows this because his son is in the Army. Staff Sergeant Williams. Patterson reads the name tag. Where are you stationed? Camp Pendleton. 1st Marine Division. Just came from a ceremony at the base. What ceremony? Medal of Honor ceremony. Honoring Sergeant Rodriguez. He was killed in Helmand Province in 2021. Patterson's blood goes cold. He attended that ceremony. He saw this Marine there. Patterson pulls Chin aside. That ceremony happened. I was there. This man is legitimate. Chin crosses his arms. How do you know? Did you personally see him? The ribbons are in perfect order. The uniform fits. Everything checks out. Company policy says verify all military personnel if complaints are received. What complaints? Who complained? Chun hesitates. Anonymous report. Someone said he looked suspicious. There was no anonymous report. Chun made it up. Patterson realizes what's happening. Chun targeted this Marine based on nothing but assumptions. Release him. Now. Apologize. No. I'm following protocol. He's coming to the office for verification. This is the moment Patterson should have ended it. Should have overruled Chun. Should have sent Marcus on his way with an apology. Instead, he makes a choice that will cost everyone everything. Fine, but I'm calling base security to verify. If he's legitimate, you're done. Marcus is escorted to the security office. Not arrested. He's not under arrest, but surrounded by 5 security guards. He has no real choice. I'm complying under protest. Marcus says clearly, this is unlawful detention. I'm active duty military. I've shown proper identification. The cameras in the mall hallways capture everything. Marcus, hands visible, walking calmly. 5 security guards around him like he's a criminal. Shoppers watch in shock. Several call 911. In the security office, Patterson makes the call to Camp Pendleton Base Security. This is James, Riverside Mall Security. I need to verify the identity of someone claiming to be one of your Marines. Staff Sergeant Marcus. The base security officer responds immediately. Stand by. 90 seconds later, Staff Sergeant Williams is confirmed active duty, 1st Marine Division. What's the nature of your inquiry? Patterson's face goes pale. He's here at the mall. We detained him for verification. You detained an active duty Marine? For what reason? Because my guard thought his uniform looked fake. Base security doesn't hang up. They conference in the provost marshal. The PM conferences in the battalion commander. Within 6 minutes, Marcus's entire chain of command knows one of their Marines is being detained at Civilian Mall. Put Staff Sergeant Williams on the phone. Now. Patterson hands Marcus the phone. Staff Sergeant Williams, this is Colonel Morrison, 1st Marine Division. What's your status? Sir, I'm being detained by mall security. They claim I'm impersonating a Marine. I've shown my CAT card. They refuse to accept it. Are you injured? No, sir. Just detained. Stay calm. We're handling this. Put the security supervisor back on. Patterson takes the phone back. Colonel Morrison's voice is ice. You detain one of my Marines, a decorated combat veteran, for shopping in his dress uniform. Do you understand what you've just done? Sir, we were just verifying. You just triggered a federal investigation. Expect visitors. Soon. The line goes dead. While this is happening, those shoppers who recorded the initial confrontation are posting online. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Marine veteran detained at Riverside Mall for wearing his uniform. The videos show Marcus, calm and professional, surrounded by security guards. His medals clearly visible. His military bearing obvious. One video gets 50,000 views in 10 minutes. Then 200,000. Then 1 million. Veterans groups see it. Active duty military see it. News outlets see it. The Riverside Mall's phone lines start lighting up. By 3 p.m., 45 minutes after the initial contact, the mall's corporate office in New York is getting calls from the Marine Corps Public Affairs Office, 3 different news stations, the American Legion, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and a federal agent from NCIS. The situation has gone nuclear. 3:17 p.m. A black SUV pulls into the mall parking lot. 2 Naval Criminal Investigative Service agents step out. Special Agent Maria Santos and Special Agent Tom Richardson have been dispatched from the San Diego field office. 20-minute drive. They made it in 15. They walk directly to mall security, badges out, and says, "We're here for Staff Sergeant Williams." Patterson nearly faints. He's in our office. We were just verifying. Where is he? They're led to the office. Marcus is sitting in a chair, still in uniform, surrounded by security guards like he's a threat. Santos takes one look and her jaw tightens. Staff Sergeant Williams, I'm Special Agent Santos, NCIS. Are you injured? No, ma'am. Just detained. Did they search you? No, ma'am. Did they touch you? Escorted me here. 5 guards. Santos turns to Patterson. Her voice could cut steel. You detained Marine, a decorated combat veteran, for the crime of wearing his uniform while black. Do you understand the legal shitstorm you just created? Patterson can't speak. Staff Sergeant Williams, you're free to go. On behalf of the United States government, I apologize for this treatment. Marcus stands, straightens his uniform. The metal sits slightly askew from the ordeal. He fixes them with practiced precision. Thank you, ma'am. We'll need a statement from you, but not here, at our office, when you're ready. Marcus nods. He walks past the security guards. Past Chun, who won't meet his eyes. Past Patterson, whose career just ended. As Marcus leaves the security office, shoppers in the mall start applauding. Someone recognized him from the videos that are now everywhere online. Word spread. People waited. A Marine veteran, detained for an hour, walks through the mall to spontaneous applause. Marcus doesn't smile, doesn't wave, just walks with military bearing, head high, to his car. In his car, alone, he finally lets the emotion hit. His hands shake. Anger, humiliation, disbelief. He served his country for 12 years, and this is how he's treated. Monday, November 20th, 2023. NCIS opens a formal investigation. The charges being considered: violation of federal law, protecting military personnel, potential hate crime enhancement, deprivation of rights under color of law, if security guards exceeded their authority, civil rights violations. But NCIS isn't working alone. The Department of Justice Civil Rights Division gets involved. The California Attorney General's office opens a parallel investigation. The FBI Civil Rights Unit monitors the case. Why so much attention for one mall security incident? Because the videos went viral. Because Marcus isn't just any Marine. He's a decorated combat veteran. Because this happened in full view of hundreds of witnesses with cameras. And because it's part of the pattern. NCIS pulls records from Riverside Mall security. Over the past 3 years, 47 verification checks of people in military uniforms. 41 involved people of color. 0 involved white service members. Not a single check resulted in actual stolen valor. The pattern is undeniable. This is systematic discrimination. Tuesday, November 21st. The story hits national news. Marine veteran detained at California Mall while shopping in uniform. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. Every major outlet runs it. Marcus does one interview. Just one. With a veteran-focused news outlet. I served this country for 12 years. I earned every ribbon on this uniform. I've been shot at, blown up, watched friends die, and I get treated like a criminal for shopping while black in my dress blues. The interview goes viral. 10 million views in 24 hours. Veterans organizations explode with outrage. American Legion calls for federal investigation. VFW demands accountability. Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America issues a statement. But the most powerful response comes from Marcus's unit. His battalion commander, Colonel Morrison, holds a press conference at Camp Pendleton. Staff Sergeant Williams is one of the finest Marines I've had the honor of commanding. What happened to him is an insult to every person who wears this uniform. Behind him stand 200 Marines, all in dress blues, silent, powerful. As investigators dig into Chen's background, a disturbing pattern emerges. Chen has been with Riverside Mall security for 6 years. During that time, 23 incidents where he verified military personnel. 22 involved people of color. Multiple complaints filed against him. All complaints dismissed by management. But there's more. Chen maintains a social media presence under a pseudonym. Investigators find it. The posts are disturbing. Stolen valor everywhere. These people buy uniforms online and think they can fool everyone. Why are so many minorities suddenly in the military? Doesn't add up. If you're going to claim military service, you better look like you earned it. The subtext is clear. Chin doesn't believe people of color belong in military uniforms. His Facebook history shows he's in several stolen valor hunter groups, online communities that claim to expose fake veterans. But the fakes they target are overwhelmingly people of color. Chin isn't a security guard doing his job. He's someone with deep-seated biases acting them out under the guise of verification. And Riverside Mall gave him a badge and authority to do it. Riverside Mall corporate issues a statement. We are deeply sorry for the incident involving Staff Sergeant Williams. We are conducting a full investigation and will take appropriate action. The public isn't having it. Social media explodes. Appropriate action? You detain a war hero. How many other veterans has this mall harassed? Boycott Riverside Mall until real accountability happens. By Wednesday, Riverside Mall sees a 40% drop in foot traffic. Major retailers threaten to pull out. The economic damage is immediate and severe. Corporate tries damage control. They announce, Chun has been terminated effective immediately. We are reviewing our security protocols with outside consultants. It's too late. The damage is done. Marcus's attorney, a veteran himself, issues a response. Firing one guard doesn't address the systematic problem. For 3 years, this mall targeted veterans of color. Management knew. They did nothing. Now they want to act sorry. We'll see them in court. The lawsuit is filed Friday, November 24th, 2023. Marcus versus Riverside Mall Properties and Chun. December 15th, 2023. Riverside Mall's attorneys reach out with a settlement offer. $150,000. Sign an NDA. Don't talk about it. Go away quietly. Marcus's attorney calls him with the offer. What do you want to do? Marcus doesn't hesitate. No, they'll go higher. Probably $300,000 if we push. I don't want their money. I want accountability. I want this to never happen to another veteran. His attorney smiles. I was hoping you'd say that. They reject the offer. Publicly, Staff Sergeant Williams isn't interested in a payoff. He wants systematic change. If Riverside Mall wants to settle, it will include mandatory reforms, independent oversight, and full transparency. The mall's attorneys are shocked. Most plaintiffs take the money. But Marcus isn't most plaintiffs. He's a Marine. He doesn't quit. January 2024. Discovery begins. Marcus's legal team gets access to every security report, every training document, every internal communication for the past 5 years. What they find is devastating. Internal emails between mall management and security supervisors reveal the truth. Email from Chun to James, July 2021. Another veteran shopping today. Purple heart on his chest. Looked way too young to have earned it. Verified him, but something seemed off. Think we should flag these situations more. Patterson's response. Good catch. Yeah, keep an eye out. Lots of people buying uniforms online these days. Email from security director to all guards, March 2022. Reminder, if you see someone in military uniform, a special with medals, take a second look. Stolen valor is rampant. Better safe than sorry. But the most damning evidence? A training document. A PowerPoint presentation titled, Identifying Stolen Valor, includes a slide that says, be extra vigilant when a uniform wearer doesn't match typical military demographics. Trust your instincts. Translation, profile people who don't look white. The legal team also discovers that Riverside Mall management received 3 complaints about targeting minority veterans in the past 2 years. All 3 complaints were dismissed. Chin received no discipline. The mall knew. They knew and did nothing. March 2024. As trial approaches, Riverside Mall makes another settlement offer. $500,000. Plus reforms. Plus mandatory training. Still not enough. Marcus's legal team brings in witnesses. 7 other veterans of color who were harassed by Chun. 3 active duty service members who stopped shopping at the mall because of profiling. A military legal expert who testifies about federal protections for service members. A psychologist who explains the trauma of being targeted after military service. The case builds into something bigger than Marcus. This is about every veteran of color who's been questioned, every service member who's been told they don't look military, every person who served their country and got treated like a criminal. Media coverage intensifies. Military advocacy groups file amicus briefs. Veterans organizations pack the courthouse. Riverside Mall's attorneys realize they can't win this. Not in court. Not in public opinion. Not with the evidence. April 15th, 2024. They request settlement negotiations. This time they're serious. May 1st, 2024. Settlement agreement reached. Financial terms. $2.3 million paid to Marcus. $100,000 each to the 7 other veteran witnesses. $500,000 fund for veteran organizations. But the money isn't the victory. The reforms are mandatory changes, complete retraining of all security personnel by veteran-led organizations, zero-tolerance policy for profiling based on appearance, independent oversight board, including veterans to review security complaints, immediate termination for any guard found profiling, public apology from mall management and corporate, annual audits of security practices by outside firm for 5 years, permanent ban on Chin ever working security anywhere in the company, veterans hiring initiative, priority hiring for veterans in security roles. James, the security supervisor, fired, career over. Rachel Morrison, who approved the detention, demoted, then quit. Mall corporate leadership. 2 executives resigned under pressure. The entire security culture had to be rebuilt from scratch. June 10th, 2024. Public ceremony at Riverside Mall. Corporate CEO Michael Davidson stands at a podium. Behind him, the board of directors. In front of him, media cameras, community members, and veterans organizations. And Staff Sergeant Marcus. On November 18th, 2023, our security team failed Staff Sergeant Williams in the worst possible way. He came to our mall in his Marine uniform, a uniform he earned through sacrifice and service, and was treated like a criminal. This wasn't just one guard's mistake. This was a failure of leadership, training, and culture. We failed to protect someone who spent 12 years protecting us. Staff Sergeant Williams, on behalf of Riverside Mall and its corporate leadership, I apologize. Completely, unreservedly. You deserve better. Every veteran deserves better. We commit to being better. Marcus stands, accepts the handshake, doesn't smile, because apologies are words. Actions matter. And he'll be watching to make sure they follow through. 1 year later, November 2024, Marcus returns to Riverside Mall. Not to shop, to check. The security guards he encounters are different. One is a Navy veteran, another Army. They nod with respect when they see his uniform. Staff Sergeant, welcome. Thank you for your service. That's how it should have been from the start. Marcus's case created ripples far beyond one mall. California passes the Williams Act, making it illegal to detain service members without probable cause. 15 other malls across the country implement similar reforms. Security training nationwide adds military uniform discrimination modules. Chin tries to sue for wrongful termination. His case is dismissed immediately. Marcus didn't do this for money. He did it so no other veteran would face what he faced. Today, he continues serving in the Marines, promoted to gunnery sergeant. His story is taught in security training courses as a lesson in what not to do. And every time a veteran shops at Riverside Mall, they're treated with the respect they earned. That's justice. That's accountability. That's what happens when someone fights back and wins. If this story proves anything, it's that one person standing up can change everything. Marcus could have taken the first settlement offer, $150,000, and walk away quietly. But he didn't. He fought for accountability. And he won. Subscribe to this channel if you believe veterans deserve respect, not suspicion. Share this video if you think profiling service members should be illegal everywhere. Drop a comment. Have you or a veteran you know ever been questioned because of how you look in uniform? Your stories matter. This community is here to listen. Remember, Marcus served 12 years protecting this country, and Wade was treated like a criminal. He used the system to create real change. $2.3 million in damages. 3 careers ended. Reforms across the industry. Federal attention. That's what happens when you mess with the wrong Marine. Thank you for watching. Stay informed. Stay vigilant. And never stop demanding accountability, because the system won't fix itself. People like Marcus have to fix it. Justice served. Reforms implemented. Accountability delivered. That's how you honor those who serve.